Okay. So good morning, and maybe in light of all of the chatter, we take a moment, go ahead and lay on your back. I'm just watching you to see if I've upset anybody and they've left. Sometimes our mind becomes full of chatter. As Barb and I have taught before, we call it the monkey mind. And the reason we call it the monkey mind is because I think it was Buddha who said, the monkey jumps from limb to limb to limb to limb. And our mind jumps from thought to thought to thought to thought. So as we settle down on our mats and we just allow the whole back body to be supported by Mother Earth. For some of us here from the Florida boot camp, we need to let go of the monkey mind. We need to remember that yoga has 8 limbs. The physical asana, the postures, is only one. Another one is to just let go of holding anything, excuse me, that our place in the room, our parking space at the gym, all those things that we have in our mind that we feel is ours, are ours. Release attachments. So that's where I'm going to go this morning as we recline back. Yeah, a little bit of upsetting news, but you know what? We release the attachment and we can find yoga anywhere because it's breath, it's body, and it's mind. And we don't need a gym for that. We truly don't even need a yoga studio for that. A tree on the mountainside, a blanket on the beach to watch the waves, fishing by a stream. It's the centering. It's the union. So the rest of this is all, what do we say? Excuse me, peripheral bullshit. So not a yogic term, and I don't even think they have that in Sanskrit. But as we lay back, we're going to release with breath. Try to clear that monkey mind. Come back to what the true practice is. A breath, a scan of the body, an opening of the heart, and a quieting of the mind. And you don't need any specifications for that. A place, a thing, you don't need any of that. You just have to come back to this. So maybe placing the hands on the body so that you can feel the breath in. Let's take 5 collective breaths here together and just let ourselves come to a yoga practice. The full breath in through the nose. The release of the breath slow out of the nostrils here. 4 more, just like that. We just release and let go. One more. Draw it in full through the nose. Inflate the chest, inflate the entire front and back body. And release. And as you release yourself to the mat, you release yourself to your practice. Roll over onto one side. Remove whatever's underneath, maybe the head, underneath the shoulders. Come back down, your choice. Take a full body stretch. Fingers away. Again, maybe that little banana where you slide the heels over one side, the hands off on the same side, keeping the hips, shoulders flat. Opening up here, returning to center on that in-breath. Stretch up nice and long. And then just a nice slide, that crescent shape over to the other side. And just squeeze the shoulder blades in, level out the hips, breathe into the side body. And then return, arms to center, legs to center, last stretch, nice and long. Feeling into the back, drawing those knees in, close to the chest, just give them a squeeze. Let that tailbone ride up, feel the low back. Maybe make little circles with the knees, one direction, rolling from one hip point to the other. And as you feel the sensations down in that low back, hip to hip, notice what's going on in the shoulders and the face. Finding a way to release the jaw, face muscles, release the chatter. Slowly winding that in, draw the knees in one more time. Hold the right knee in, extend the left leg long. Left foot is flexed and we're going to hover it a couple inches off of the mat. So press the heel like you could press into the wall or the furniture behind you. Active quad, active inner thigh, active calf. Draw the right knee in. Squeeze the shoulder blades in underneath you. Flex the right foot. Take in a full deep breath. We're going to switch it out, just waking up the core a bit. So release the right shin, draw the left in, send the right leg long, flex that foot, hover it a couple inches. Again, use all those muscles. Hold that foot up as you squeeze the left knee in. Again, make a conscious effort to soften the upper body. And then on your own, as much heat as you need, as much movement as you need, or as slow as you need, switch it out. Right knee in, left hovers. Switch it. And switch it. So I'm going to let you pick your speed, just maybe for 2 or 3 rotations. And then when that right knee comes back in and that left leg hovers long, draw in the belly, scoop in that pelvis, take a full deep breath in, lift the shoulders and the head off the mat, the chin coming towards the knee. Pull it in, shoulder blades off the mat, and then slowly lower those shoulder blades and head back down and switch it out. Left knee in, right hovers, squeeze in the left, lift the shoulders, lift the head, curl it up. And then we'll alternate this again on your breath. So extend and curl. And extend and curl. And as you curl, let all that air out so that when you switch sides, you inhale fully and then start again. And we're going to do this for about 5. And you can decide whether you want to lower your head or shoulders between sets. or hold them up and keep that whole torso, rib cage all engaged, as fast or as slow as feels good. The breath is flowing. Wake up that center and the hips and the shoulders and the sternum. Full breath in. And then winding it down. That right knee back into the chest, maybe one last time, lifting the shoulders, lifting the head. Then lower the upper body down, draw the left knee in to meet the right, squeeze in. Again, kind of round through that low back. Notice your breath, bring it back to nice, even, fluid breaths. And then slowly drop the feet down to that bridge position. Feet parallel, hip distance apart, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. If you ever find you have a hard time with that in a bridge pose, there's always the option to take that block between the knees. Gives you just a little bit something to squeeze in. We're going to move through a couple of bridge poses. So if the block is helpful for you or you've never tried it and you want to just explore, put the block between the knees. Arms are resting down beside you, palms are down. Slight squeeze of the shoulder blades, slight tuck of the pelvis. Nice full deep breath. Let it go. And then as you're ready, press into your feet. Begin to lift the hips off the mat. The arms start moving up towards the ceiling. If you're using the block, squeeze the block. End of the breath, arms are long, squeeze the block, knees go long. And then exhale super slow as everything returns down to the mat. So we're going to take 5. Inhaling, we come up, press into those feet. Watch the way your neck and your head feel. Weight should be in the shoulders. Knees should be parallel. Exhale slowly, release, and return to the mat. 3 more. Open the front body. Passive back bend in the back body. Lift the hips maybe a little higher. And with the breath, return back down. 2 more on your own. Coordinating the breath, at the end of the movement, returning to the mat. Take a moment to soften. Take a moment to feel your spine. Level out your hips. Heel toe the feet a little wider than hip distance. Drop the knees over to the right. So just as you drop them over to the right, the knees coming down towards your mat without any force. But at the same time, the shoulders are still relaxed on the mat. Maybe you extend the arms out to a T, or maybe you bring them to a cactus just to open up now the upper body. But here, with the knees to the right, take a focus to that left knee and see if you can just bring it down towards the mat a little more. So just really beginning to open up the left outer hip, the left IT band, the outer thigh here. Just pause here. Relax the tummy. Hold a lot of stuff in these hips, so just a moment to let it go. And 1 more full breath. Release the breath. When you're ready for the inhale, let those knees come back up. Before you go anywhere here, just level out the hips, feel the spine. And then we'll drop everything over to the left, different side. Don't expect it to feel the same. So as you arrive, check your arm position, get that whole upper body settled, and then focus on that right knee and see if you can ask the right knee to come down without any force or pressure. We're not even using that other ankle to come down closer to the mat. Again, maybe you feel that opening on the outside of the thigh, outside of the hip. 3 breaths. Last inhale. And knee presses down just a little more. And inhale, knees come back to that center neutral position. Again, return and just level out the hips. Heel toe the feet back in. Draw them into the chest. So maybe here, just forearms around the shins. Take a rock one side to the other. Take a rock maybe front to back, depending on how your spine feels this morning. And we'll meet in a seated position. I'm not going to go front to back, but if it feels good, you take it. I'm going to roll to one side and come to a seat. And in my seat, I'm going to grab from my towel or my block or bolster, and I'm going to sit on the crease so that I get that nice pelvic tilt and a protection to my low back. My right shin is going to be placed in front as we come to a seated position. And again, depending on your knees, you can always adjust, right? It should be a comfortable, easy seat. Hands rest on the thighs, close down the eyes, take in a deep breath. And just like there was a wall behind you, pick up your shoulder tips, squeeze them in and set them on the wall behind you. Draw in the belly, feel into the root of your foundation here. Soften the face and the jaw and the eyes. And just enjoy a breath. Clear the air, clear any negative energy, clear the mind. On our next inhale, we'll begin moving with some breath. So again, maybe the eyes open or the gaze is soft. Let the arms come outside of the body, draw them out to the side, draw them up to the heavens. Find that little prayer and just bring it into the heart. Arms down by the side, 3 more times. Inhale, reach out to the side, gather, find, and draw in. Release your breath, big movement. I have 2 more. Hands to the heart space. Draw the belly in, keep that nice straight spine. Bring the hands down in front of you, plant the palms. Walking the palms forward, not rounding into the spine, right? Or just sending from that tailbone to the crown of the head, a nice straight line forward. When you reach that place that you feel like you need to round to continue, pause there. Take a moment, your fingers are spread wide, press into your palms. Press your hands away from you so much that you feel you're rolling back onto that tailbone. Draw the belly in as tight as you can with the inhale now. See if there's any more space in that spine to extend nice and long in a forward fold. Full breath. And as we concentrate on the spine, that's fine, keeping the sit bones back. Just notice the chest area. And if you've got any tension here, that you're trying to hold that up. And can you just release the chest? Slight bend into those elbows. We're going to walk the hands over to the right just to get a nice stretch into the left side. So when you're ready, any amount, walk the hands over to the right. The chest is going to come closer to that right thigh. Maybe the left fingertips crawl a little bit further. See if you can level out your shoulders here, draw in the belly. Keep crawling the left fingertips forward. Keep sinking the chest down. And just breathe. Keep pressing through those palms to kind of set those hips back, which creates that nice stretch through the back body and through the side body. We're going to stay on this side, so one more inhale. And on the exhale, just walk those hands towards that left knee, kind of hooking that left hand around the outer thigh, sitting back up here, right fingertips come behind you, plant the fingertips, let that bring some length and softening to the shoulders, and then take the head slowly over to the side. So again, we keep that engagement in the pelvic floor, in the belly, and we soften through the shoulders. And here, just maybe the eye muscles behind you. Leave the head to the side, so we're not doing anything to the neck. But see how far back you can see with the eyes. And enjoy a breath here. Hold the structure as you have it. Just bring the head back to neutral, back to center. Pick up those back fingertips, extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Again, reach through those fingers. This is huge. Again, through those back ribs, because you've got the hand connected. If it's too much holding onto that thigh, you can always bring that hand in front, right to the shin or the ankle. Reach it up. Find the breath. Take the hand. So a little bit of a lateral stretch here to the left. Fingertips go left, bicep by the ear. Again, you got to check in with your breath, because if you're too deep in this, your breath is choppy. Just release that left hand again down to the shin or closer to the ankle. One more breath. Then we're going to take that upper hand and we're going to just drop it over to that outer thigh. So we're in this little crisscross position, elbows crossed in our center. Sit up nice and tall, and then drop the chin into the chest. Feel into the back of the neck. Again, it's not a dumping of the whole body. The spine still remains nice and straight. It's just a tuck of the chin. One more breath. And we're going to release those hands off of the thighs, draw them up. You still got the crisscross. Find some eagle arms. Again, one of our best shoulder exercises, in my opinion. Any way you want to do it, holding onto the shoulders, holding onto the back, or binding wherever you are. Lift the shoulders, lift the elbows up. And see if you can soften the shoulder blades down. See if you can breathe comfortably here. A rotation to the right. So elbows up, breath in. Exhale, elbows travel right. Any amount. And then inhale back to center and let them go left. And back to center. Full breath in, let the elbows go up, the fingers go up. As you exhale the breath, start curling in through the spine. Let those elbows hug in. The hands come down. The crown of the head rolls down. Pause here as you almost just hate to use the word collapse, but as you allow yourself to release, breathe behind the shoulder blades. And on the inhale, we'll pick it all right back up. Reach those hands, elbows up. Release the cactus, your arms open. Let the arms come down. Just take a roll or two here to release. And let's cross out the shins. So now the left shin right in front. Again, the stack of the spine, the drawing in of the belly, hands beside the body. Inhale, take a full breath in. Reach the arms out and up, and then draw them in close to the heart. Twice more. Arms down, arms out, arms gather, and we just bring it in. Last time. Arms down, out, and up, and to the heart.
We can finish doing what she was on to the left side.
Right. You lead, Sherry.
Well, I was trying to. Okay, our left leg is in front, and the hands come to heart center. And then we place the hands on the mat in front of us with a flat spine and walk our hands forward into a forward fold, keeping the back straight, the hips down, the belly in. And when you get to the point that that's as far as is comfortable, take a couple of breaths here. And maybe on the exhale, you notice there's a little more ease in folding in your forward fold. And now walk our hands to the left, coming back is still straight. We're folding now towards the left thigh. That left hand, that right hand rests on the left hand, increasing the stretch from the hip through the left to the right body. Three breaths here. And then bring your right hand to your left knee and bring your left hand behind you, sitting up tall. We're facing our left thigh. Using our eyes to look back over our left shoulder. And then bringing our left arm up, reach high to the sky, and then rainbow over to your right. Gaze can be up at the ceiling or down at your legs, whatever's comfortable on your neck. Nice stretch in that left side now. And on your next exhale, bring that left hand down, sit up, bring the left hand down to your right knee. So you're crisscrossed with arms in front, and we'll raise to an eagle arms, bringing our elbows up, and then our hands up. Tall spine, sit bones planted. And then let's take a turn to the left, any amount, still with the eagle arms. Inhale back to center, exhale to the right. Exhale to the center, arms up. And then drop your chin, your back is still straight, lower your arms, rounding your neck towards your chin. And then curling your spine forward down with your eagle arms down towards the mat. Relaxing everything down. Inhale your arms back up. Release, eagle arms, come to cactus. Bring your hands down to your knees and do a couple of shoulder rolls. And then I'm gonna say, let's roll onto our backs.
Did you see what just happened? You can adjust and take a
Yeah.
class. Yeah, right? I mean, you can lead the class by the voice. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I did get lost there for a second. All right, tabletop. Take a couple cat-cows.
You want to mute us back down?
Sure. Take a couple cat-cows, stack your joints, tuck your belly, feel into your spine. Okay. So again, like it's the first time you've ever done it. As the tailbone lifts, as the heart lifts, as the belly drops, just notice all the feelings in the back and the front of the body. And then as you press into the palms and those tailbone comes in and you tuck the chin and you begin to round, notice what you notice here. So it doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be glamorous. It's feeling into not only the physical body, but the subtle body, the energy centers that we know reside along the spine. So with breath, take a 2, maybe 3 more. And then we'll return to that neutral table, that kind of park bench, scooping in the belly, tuck the toes under. When you're ready, press into those palms, lift the hips straight up to the ceiling, knees are bent. Press into the palms, send those hips back towards the back of your mat as you begin to bring a heel or 2 towards the mat. So set up the upper body first, plant those palms, press them away from you. Let that chest come down towards those thighs, let the head hang. Then concentrate one leg and the other, and just begin to open up the back of the ankles, feel into that calf. Let that stretch go all the way up the hamstrings and let it feel good. They always told me down dog was a resting position. It's only been within the last maybe 2 years that I've actually been able to feel how good it feels. So just move in with your body. Last time, we'll bring it to some stillness here. Come up high on the balls of the feet. Let the heels reach up. Keep pressing those palms down and away. Keep on the balls of the feet and begin to bend deeply into the knees as you look towards the top of your mat and just take a walk to the top of the mat, nice and easy. Finding a forward fold. As you find your fold, again, knees can be bent, feet can be hip distance apart. As the arms dangle down, as you release the wrists, as you release the fingers, everything to Mother Earth, let the head dangle down. Maybe circle through the neck. Maybe cup those elbows and let the weight of the elbows deepen the stretch through the spine. Keep the tailbone up high. And maybe just a sway through the hips or the arms. Just to notice what you feel in your body this morning. And then we'll slowly, if you've got the elbows, release it. Just take a moment again to just kind of let those shoulders go, that head go. Maybe a little bit of a bounce here, nothing major. And then we'll slowly roll our way up to stand. We'll let those arms go out. We'll let those arms go up. We might even find that little back bend here. Draw the hands to the heart. Release the arms beside you, palms out. 5 half sun salutations on your own with your breath. I'm going to lead the first, and then I'd like you to do 5. We'll meet in a prayer Tadasana as you're ready. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Nice and slow, let all the air go. Head drops. Half lift, the heart shines forward, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then release and fold. Press into the feet, bend the knees as much as you need to rise back up. Arms out, arms up. Maybe they flow back. Bring the hands to heart center. Release the arms beside the body. 3 more now on your own. Prayer Tadasana. Softening through the shoulders, softening through the face. We're going to move into that warrior 1, humble warrior pose. So as you're ready, again, a gentle bend into the knees. Lift the arms out to the side and up. Find all that extension and then swan dive, arms out to the side Straight spine, forward fold. Head drops. Half lift, spine long. Exhale, return and fold. Plant the hands, right foot steps back at a 45. Separate the feet as you feel stability. Press into those hips, use your core, rise up. And as you rise up, reach up, hands can come together, hands can be apart, sink down into the pelvis. Warrior one. Notice your breath. Notice your strength. One more inhale, reach the arms higher. On the exhale, draw the arms behind you, find that interlace. Squeeze the fist, send it down and away as you open up the heart, open up the shoulders. Taking a nice full deep breath into all that space. And on the exhale, torso comes forward, shoulder nuzzles right inside that left knee. The arms continue to straighten, to lift to the heavens, to float overhead. Let the head go. Let those arms reach even more. Draw the belly in. Distribute the weight evenly in your feet. Press the fists up towards the ceiling. Humble warrior. One more breath. Exhale slow. On the inhale, engage the core. Press back through those feet. Lift back up. Release that clasp as you open up the chest. Arms come back up. Extend. Circle the hands down and around. Frame that front foot. Step it forward. Feet meet in a forward fold. A half lift and a fold. Plant the hands, second side. Left foot steps back. Find your distance between your feet. That back foot's kind of like in a diagonal at a 45. Draw in the belly, use your core, press into the feet and rise up and reach. So find all the extension, then sink the pelvis down. Big breath here. Reach up high one more time. Exhale, slowly drop the arms down and around. Other thumb on top, switch the fingers. Sink back into that front knee, send that fist down and away from the body. Open up the chest. Maybe the gaze goes up, you open up the throat. Big inhale. On the exhale, torso comes forward. Right shoulder down towards that right knee. The head drops towards the mat. The arms float overhead. Distribute your weight, sink into your front knee. Let the top arms float. Let the head and the neck relax. Full deep breaths here. Lift those arms higher. Let them float further. Humble warrior. One more inhale. And exhale. And on the inhale, again, press into the feet. Bring the hips so they bring you up. Take the fist behind you to open the heart one more time. Release the clasp. Let those arms reach up, extend up. And then circle the arms down and around. Frame that front foot. Step it back. Find a plank. So set your plank up. Press through your palms. Lift your chest. Press your heels back. If you want to play a little bit and rock on those balls of the feet, If not, it's not any big deal. Keep the core engaged. Then drop the knees. Keep the elbows in. Lower slowly all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Press into the top of the feet. Press into the hips. Baby cobra. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the chest. Release slowly and lower. 2 more. Lift, light in the hands. Now use the back muscles. And come down. And the last one, squeeze up and release. Tuck the toes under, press back through your tabletop. Take a cat and a cow as you arrive. Bring the knees together, big toe mounds together, feet are flat. Sit back on those heels. Extend the hands forward, just one moment, one final stretch through the back body. Let the ribs settle on the thighs, the head to a bolster or a block. Feel the release of the shoulders as they lower closer to the mat. Draw in a nice full deep breath. Walking the hands back towards the knees. Press your way up over onto one hip. Extend the legs out in front of you. And just for a moment, that little massage through the thighs, little love to the calves and ankles, the hip crease. And then plant the hands right outside of the hips, press into the hands, lift the hips up and just scoot them into more of the center of your mat. Lower on to those forearms. Extend the legs, right leg to the right corner of the mat, left to the left corner of the mat. Drop the head back one last time, little arch in the spine. Back body, front body, throat, let the head fall. And then slowly begin to round down that low back, those low ribs, the shoulder blades, the shoulders and the head. Extend the arms away from the body, the palms are up. Slight squeeze of those shoulder blades behind you. A gentle nod of the head so that the chin tucks in. A nice full deep breath that maybe you release out of the mouth as you just let yourself arrive here. For a couple moments of Shavasana. To rest, relax, restore. We always think of the asana practice as being the primary, the hardest part of a yoga practice, when in fact, the other 7 limbs of yoga are much harder to practice. And one of those is non-attachment. So maybe for some of us, at least our Florida group, today we bring in the practice of non-attachment. Let anything that comes up be released. It will work out. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. I'll leave you here on this beautiful Friday. Sherry will be leading us on Monday for an energy medicine class, Monday and Tuesday, actually, of this next week. So we'll look forward to her practice then. Have a beautiful Mother's Day, or just enjoy mothering yourself. Namaste.